Hello everyone, welcome to this video. My name is Abushad. In this video, I am going to show you how to automatically deploy an application in Kubernetes using CI/CD pipeline. So the Kubernetes we are going to use here is AWS EKS, which is the fully managed Kubernetes service from AWS, and the CI/CD we are going to use here is Jenkins, as you can clearly see in my diagram. Okay, let's go through this diagram now. Once the developer pushes the code to GitHub, our CI/CD pipeline detects that and start building the steps which are involved in the CI/CD pipeline. So as you can see here, there are 5 steps in the CI/CD pipeline. The first step is to clone the source code from GitHub. Second is to build the source code using a build tool. Here we are using Maven because we are going to use Java application. And the third is to create a Docker image from the build artifact. The second step will create a build artifact, and we are going to use this build artifact to create a Docker image. And the fourth step is to push this image to Docker Hub. And the fifth step is to deploy the image to Kubernetes. So these are the tools. There are many tools involved in this integration. So I have not included all the tools. I am specifically going to show you the CI/CD pipeline. This is to shorten the length of this video. I will definitely add a new video with all the related tools which are required for this integration. Okay, so I'm using a client machine which is the EC2 machine, T2.micro machine. If you are following my old videos, you definitely know that what this EC2 machine is used for and how it is configured. There are many tools installed for this integration. Some of them are Jenkins, Docker, Maven, kubectl, AWS CLI, Git, etc. I will show you in a separate video about all this. Okay, so let's see the things in action now. Before that, I will show you my setup, my Docker Hub, and then the GitHub, etc. And the AWS EKS setup is one master, one node, one master node, and one worker node. Okay, so let's go and see the repositories. So the first one is Docker Hub. This is the Docker Hub which we are going to use, and this is the GitHub which we are going to use. Okay, and let's go to the terminal. I have already connected to the terminal, and this folder is the Git folder. This is where the code is. I have pushed this code to do the GitHub already. Okay, now let's go and see the pipelines. Okay, so this is the client machine. This is where I have installed the Jenkins. Let me go here and access Jenkins. Okay, and we are going to create a job now for the pipeline. And let's give Java Mongo app pipeline and press OK. Okay, go to the pipeline and let's start building the pipeline. Okay, and our first stage is git clone, which is to clone the GitHub. So stage is git clone, and we are going to make use of pipeline syntax here. There is an option called git, and let's go back and find our GitHub URL, paste it here. Branch is main, come down. Okay, let's see the branch here. This is the branch, main branch. Okay, and you can keep it none because we are using a public repository, but you have to keep the username and password if it is a private repository. So I'm going to show you how we can make use of private repository using password, username and password. Okay, I'm just showing you this to make you understand that this is also possible. So git branch, you can copy this and this will work fine. But I'm going to create a credential. So I have already created it. For the purpose of this video, I'm just going to show you how it is created. Add and press Jenkins and you will get the screen. Give your username here for the GitHub, then password, and ID, any ID you can give like this, and then this description. Okay, GitHub credential new. Okay, and do this like adding that specific variable. Okay, and you will see it here at last. This is the one which we just created. I'm going to make use of the old one which I have already configured, and I press generate pipeline script, and I'm going to copy paste this script to our stage. Okay, so our first stage is completed. Now let's save this and do a build now. And let's see if there are any errors. Okay, I guess it is completed properly. Yeah, you can see this is completed, finished, successful. So our first stage is completed. Let's go back to our pipeline and configure. Okay, so to shorten the length of this video, I'm going to copy paste the scripts. I have already documented it. So I'm going to access the document and I'm going to copy paste the contents. Okay, so this is our second stage. Our second stage is to build the source code, and once this build is completed, we will get a build artifact. Okay, so the build tool we are going to use is Maven. Maven is one of the build tool for Java application. So we are going to use a Java application as our front end. So we are making use of Maven. Okay, I want to show you where this is installed very quickly. Go to dashboard, manage Jenkins, global tool configuration. Come down, you can see Maven is installed here. See, I have used a name Maven-3.8.3. You can see in my script. This is the same name I'm using here, Maven 3.8.3 type Maven. Okay, so this is what we are going to do. We are going to do a clean package for Maven, and this will create a build artifact. Okay, before that, I just want to show you where the cloning has done, where the cloning is done in our machine. So I'm just going back to the machine. So I'll just show you our lib Jenkins workspace Java. Okay, what was the name? Java Mongo Hub. Okay, this is where it is cloned. So the GitHub is cloned here in this workspace. Okay, let's go back. Pipeline and what we were discussing about the Maven. Okay, even in pipeline syntax, you will get help from here using the tool option. You can go down and see this tool, predefined tool, and you can select Maven. And the name, it is already auto-filled because this is the only one we have configured in this Jenkins. If you press in generate, you will see this tool name Maven, type Maven. See, this is the same thing which we are which we are using it, tool name and type. And I'm defining a variable with this, and then I'm again defining another variable and saying this is the home directory /bin/mvn. So this is the Maven installed directory where the Maven is installed here with mvn is the Maven command. Okay, and in our next step, we are in our next script, we are calling this Maven cmd clean package. So this will run this command and then execute the clean package option. Okay, let's save this and go back and check the build whether we were getting any errors here. Build now. Okay, let's go to the console output. And let's see if any issues are here. No. So this is successfully, the build has been completed successfully. The stage 2 has been completed. So we are getting this specific target and jar file. This is the artifact it created. Okay, let's go and check this. CD. Yeah, you can see here the jar artifact is created. Okay, let's go back to our pipeline. Okay, go to configure again, and this is our stage 2 completed. And let's do the third stage, which is Docker build. Let's go to my file. Let's copy paste this. Okay, so this specific client machine I have Docker installed as well, so that's why this will work. Otherwise, it is going to throw you an error. Okay, here I want to show you something else. This option you are seeing, this is another variable. It is taking this build number. This is very important here. We need to get the latest Docker image. Whenever there is a new build run, then we need to get the new build for that Docker image. Okay, so that's why we have mentioned the build number here for for the Jenkins to identify the build number. We need to define another variable which is a defined build number. Okay, so we are going to add this here on at the top. Okay, and we are going to save it. I guess everything is fine. And this Docker build command will uh, build an custom image with tag with the prefix of my Docker ID and the image name. Okay, and the build number. Okay, save it. Let's build now. Okay, let's see the console. Yeah, see the build number is 3, so it took the tag 3. Okay, it's also finished successfully, so our stage 3 is done. Okay, let's go back to the project and let's go to the configure. Before that, I just want to show you what. Okay, let's take sudo docker images. Okay, so this is the one with Java Web App with the tag 3. Okay, and this is with 140 MB size. And let's go back to our pipeline and let's do our next stage with Docker push. We are going to push the Docker image to the Docker Hub. The stage is Docker push, and we are going to specify the credentials here. This is not straightforward. You cannot run Docker login. You can even run this Docker login with username and password in clear text, but this is not a good practice. So I'm going to show you how this has to be generated and how you can put this variable instead of the password. Okay, for that, go to pipelines index, go here and select with credential option, add bindings. You can create a secret text and you can give any name here. I'll say Docker Hub Cred. Okay, you can see here it is already one of them is created. That's why this is the same thing I'm using in my script. But I'll just show you how it has to be created. Let's give the variable name here. Add go to Jenkins and select secret text here again. Okay, give the secret, which is the password. Okay, and ID. Sorry, this is Docker upgrade one. Description, Docker up credentials, new. Right. This is how you can add it. So I have already defined this variable, so I'm going to use this, and then say create pipeline script. You can see this new one is here. I'm going to use the old one, generate pipeline script, and you can copy this. Okay, this is what it is copied, and it is here with credentials. This option, this script has to be here, and then you can say sh docker login minus u and docker hub id with a password with that variable. You have to give the variable name here. Okay, and in the next line we need to say docker push and push this image to docker hub. Okay, so let's save this. Okay, and do a build now. And let's see the console output, see if everything is working fine or not. Okay, the login is successful, login succeeded. It is pushing the image to the docker hub. Okay, so that is also successful. So our stage 4 is successful. Okay, so let's go back to the project, configure again, go to pipeline, and let's do our last stage, which is deploying the application to Kubernetes. Okay, okay, so this is our next stage. So we are saying that on our first line, we say to change the uh, permission of this script to execute permission. So I will show you what is this change tag script is used for, and then we are executing that script to add the build number. Okay, and then we are going to use a kubectl apply command to apply this specific YAML. Okay, this YAML have all the required components for the Kubernetes to deploy the application. All right. So let's go and see the script, what this script is going to do. Okay, let's go back, cd home, java demo, cat. It is actually a very simple, straightforward script. This script is used to change the tag version, which is mentioned inside this YAML file, and it will replace with the first argument of that script, and then put the output of the entire replaced content of this YAML file to a new YAML file called java mongo.yaml. Okay, let's go and see deployment.yaml, and I want to show you grep tag version. So this is a tag version we have mentioned. Java web app is the Docker image we are going to use. The image we are going to use this is this one in this deployment, and this is a tag version. So that script will change this tag version to the build number, whatever build number we are going to give. Okay, this is as simple as that, but this is very important because you have to use the latest build. Okay, and the Docker image will be with the latest build because we have mentioned build number along with the Docker image. Okay, so this is what it does in these two steps. And on the fourth step, we are going to apply this Java Mongo.yaml, and we are going to deploy it. So basically, this is the same content. New deployment.yaml will be the content which will be replaced inside Java Mongo.yaml. So let's see the content inside here. So it creates services, three services, and a PV and PVC. This is persistent volume and persistent volume claim, and secrets, and two deployments. One is for MongoDB, which is the backend database, and the deployment for our Java web application, and it uses the Docker image. Okay, so let's go back to our pipeline and save it, and let's build it again. Let's see the console output. Docker build done, Docker push is done with a new image with the tag 5. kubectl apply, and it has created 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 8 objects. Okay, services 1 2 2 services, secrets, deployments, two deployments, persistent volume claim, and config map, etc. These are being created and it is successful. And let's go here now. Let's see kubectl get all. Okay, I forgot to show you what was there before. So let's do one thing. Let's do a delete. Delete minus f new deployment. Let's delete it because this was already tested before. So this had other deployments running. So let me clear it. Okay, so everything is done. Everything is removed. So let me build it again. Let me build the pipeline again. So now you can see here kubectl get all. There is nothing running. There is no services running here. I'm going to run the build. Okay, let's see the console output again. You can see each stage is completing successfully here. Okay, all right. So it has created again all the objects again, Kubernetes objects. Okay, let's see now. kubectl get all. Yes, one of them is pending. Yeah, it's running. So let me show you again. kubectl get all. Everything is running, and our node port service is running in this specific port. So we are going to access the uh, web app, web application. Okay, let's go to the terminal. Let's go to the EC2 service and then find the node which is created as part of our EKS cluster. Let's go here, take the public IPv4 of the EKS node, and let's go and check what is the port number here. It is 32209. Okay. All right. So we are able to access the web page. All right. I'm just going to fill it. gmail.com. Submit. Yes, it is connecting to the database, and cool. So our application deployment is working fine. All right. So now what we are going to see is how this pipeline going to react to a new code push. If there is a update to the code, and how the pipeline is going to detect that change, and how it is going to build it automatically. So for that we need to go back here and go to the pipeline configure, and we need to do a build trigger with poll.sem. We can even do a git hub hook, but I'm going to use poll.sem. This is much easier. So I'm going to give story star, which is actually every minute. I'm going to schedule this poll.sem every minute. Going to save it. Okay, so what this does is it is going to check for any code changes every minute. Okay, and it will only build the pipeline if there is any changes to the code. If there are no changes to the code, then it will just check and do nothing. Okay, so let's go to our terminal machine. This is the git folder. What I am going to do is, you have seen here that this is in red. I'm going to change it in the source code. I'm going to change it to black. Okay, and I'm going to do the same build. I'm going to show you how this gets automated when there is a change in the code. Okay, for that cd src main resources template. Okay, vi index.html. What I'm going to do here is stuff color red. I'm going to change it to black. Okay, and I'm going to do get status. Okay, there is one modified file. We want to push it. Get commit -a -m new commit. Okay. Okay, all right. I'm just going to pause this video. I want to check my token for the push command to work. Okay, so I'm going to do a get push. This is my username for the GitHub. Okay, so this has pushed the code. Get status again. Nothing to commit. Okay, so let's go to my GitHub and let's see. This is reflecting. Yeah, no commit 1 minute ago. Okay, so let's see our pipeline. Let's see if there are any new pipeline, new build generated or not. Okay, let's wait for some time. Okay, so it detected the change and it started the build. Build 7 is now running. See, you can see here also there is one commit. So it is building that. It is running the pipeline now. Let's go to this and see the console output. Yeah, it's doing and it's finished. So you can see here this deployment. This is the only change because this is where the image comes, and that is the only configured one. All are unchanged. Okay, Let's go and check it. Let's go and refresh this page. This should come in black now. Yeah, see? So cool. So we have done this. We have changed the code, and that is already picked up by the CI/CD pipeline, and it has built a new pipeline and new build. It has run the new build, and we are successfully able to see the changes in our application. So that's it, guys. Thank you for watching. See you in my next video.